We could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark. Well, greetings, friends, and welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. Glad you're with me. We're going to pick up the story, Gospel of Mark, chapter 7, at verse 24. It's a pretty interesting story. From there, he arose and went to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and he entered a house and wanted no one to know it, but he could not be hidden. For a woman whose young daughter had an unclean spirit heard about him, and she came and fell at his feet. The woman was a Greek, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she kept asking him to cast the demon out of her daughter. But Jesus said to her, "Let the children be filled first, for it's not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." And she answered and said to him, "Yes, Lord, yet even the little dogs under the table eat from the children's crumbs." Then he said to her, "For this saying, go your way. The demon has gone out of your daughter." And when she had come to her house, she found the demon gone out and her daughter lying on the bed. Wow. There's a lot to unpack. So, first we see Jesus has had this conflict with the Pharisees and then with the multitude. And he's talked about, eating bread with unclean hands, not the problem. It's what comes out of your heart. That's what defiles you. And then he leaves that area and he heads up to Tyre and Sidon, two cities that are kind of up north a bit. And it says he entered a house and didn't want anybody to know it. Basically, Jesus was trying to retreat and hide. He wanted to get some rest. Again, here's this very human Jesus that we see. And in this entire passage, we see, I think, Jesus, the man, working, living a normal life. Not a normal life, but living a life that is real, human. He eats, he breathes, he's tired. He's just had this conflict. He's looking for some space. He just wants to be left alone. So he finds a place to go, hoping he could just, have some anonymous time, some downtime. But this Greek woman, and that's an interesting little thing. She's not a Jew. She is a Gentile. She's Greek, Syrophoenician by birth, it says. And she knows his reputation. And so she says, she comes and begs him. She falls at his feet and keeps begging him to cast the demon out of her daughter. Pretty, again, people are desperate. When you're in a desperate situation, you do whatever you think you have to do. You do things you never thought you would do. I'd imagine this woman never thought that she would be at the feet of a Jewish rabbi begging him to relieve her daughter who's demon possessed. We don't really know what that demon possession looked like. We just know it was real. And then Jesus gives this very interesting answer. He says, "Look, the children should be filled first. It's not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs." Now, some people think that this is a racial slur, that Jesus is basically saying, because you're a Greek, I don't have time for you. I'm a Jew. I'm here on Jewish business. My ministry is to the children of Israel, and you're outside of that. I really don't have time for you right now. That's what he seems to be saying. You can certainly read that. I think the other thing that he could be saying is that for himself, I need to be filled first. You're asking me to do something and I'm worn out. It's better for me to be filled. I can't take what's left and give it away. It's not good to take the children's bread and throw it to the little dogs. So is he saying that he's the child and she's the little dog? Or is he saying that the children of Israel, that his ministry is to the people of Israel, to the children of the chosen people of God. And because she's a Greek and a Syrophoenician, that she is the little dog. Whatever we read into it, it certainly sounds like Jesus is not much interested in helping this woman, that he really just wants to be left alone. That's what I see more than anything. This tired, battered, worn out Jesus just wants to be alone. And this woman will not go away. And so he says, I got nothing to give you. Really, I think that's what he's saying. I have nothing to give you. But she comes back. She won't give up. She says, even the little dogs under the table eat from the children's crumbs. In other words, I'm not asking for much, Jesus. I'm just asking for a little. I'm not asking for you to do something that you can't do or haven't already done. I just need you to cast the demon out of my daughter. I'm desperate. She wouldn't take no for an answer. And Jesus says, for that saying, because of that, because of your response, the demon's gone. Go home. Interesting thing, right? Jesus did not ever see the daughter. He never touched the daughter. He never encountered the demon one-on-one. In fact, it's the woman's faith in Jesus that makes the difference, because she knows he can do it. But will he? And finally, he does. He rewards her faith and her persistence, and the demon releases the daughter without Jesus even saying a word to the daughter, to the demon, laying a hand on her, doing anything. Go your way. Everything's better at home. She gets home and everything's better. So we see this incredible divine act and this incredible human Jesus at the same time. Fully God, able to cast out a demon without ever walking in the room. Fully human. I'm in a house and I don't want anybody to know it. I've left one town to get to another town, so hopefully I can just get a break. Would you please go away and leave me alone? Your daughter's taken care of. I think it's a fascinating story. And I think it's one that we really need to hold on to, because we need to understand that Jesus is a man, a real person. When we read these gospel stories, we're not reading about, Superman who is tireless and who never has a bad moment. But we also see that God is a rewarder of those who have faith and persist in that faith. It's important to not let go. That's the reward. And that's the message that we get from this encounter with this woman. Really, really interesting story. Hey, we're moving on. Almost finished with chapter 7. Can you believe that? We'll be halfway done before we can turn around. See you next time. Thanks. I hope you're enjoying this Bible study, this quick devotion. If you'd like more content, you'd like to know more about me and see more of the things that I'm doing, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. There you'll find out about my video vlog, my podcast, and a whole lot of other stuff. Hope you'll join me there. Thanks.